Life Unrehearsed, brought to you by Lianas Senior Transition Support, specialists in home care and senior residences.
Good afternoon. Welcome to Life Unrehearsed. Matt Del Vecchio here, specializing in home care to age in place, downsizing in the senior living industry. Thank you for tuning in. Coming up on the first half of the show, diving into community support for older adults and awareness surrounding attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, ADHD. And on the second half of the show, we're going to highlight Suicide Awareness Month with Vanessa DaCosta, who will share her journey coping with the loss of her brother. And we'll wrap up the show discussing how technological advancements such as medical alert systems can enhance seniors' safety and autonomy. Well, how is everyone doing? It has been a while. Life Unrehearsed was on a summer break, and this is our first show back on the air today, as I'll be here every Sunday at 4 p.m. The next couple of months are already booked with some fantastic guests. We can't wait. Now, did you know that today, Sunday, September 8th, it's National Grandparents' Day. So how about a big shout out to all the grandparents out there for all that you do? And isn't it nice that you can be able to give those grandkids back after you're done with them? Well, good on all the grandparents out there. We celebrate you today. All right. You know, community services and resources are at the heart of supporting our elders. New Hope Senior Citizen Center is an organization located in the NDG borough that does just that. From educational programs and health services to social events and community engagement, the center plays a crucial role in enriching the lives of seniors. Well, joining us today to talk about the group's services and impact are Gerry Lafferty, who served as Executive Director of New Hope Senior Citizen Center since July of 2006, and he just recently retired. And also joining us is the current Director, Avita Karasek. Gerry and Avita, welcome to Life Unrehearsed.
Good afternoon.
Hello.
Well, thank you both for coming on. First guest on the show back here on Sunday, so glad to have you. No better organization than New Hope. So, Avita, we're going to start off with you. And what led you to get involved with New Hope?
You know, actually, it kind of was a funny story. I was filling in for the Meals on Wheels coordinator who went on maternity leave. I got hired for a one-year contract. And I really, really loved it. I loved working there. I loved the purpose. And it kind of took off from there, and now I'm the director. So
Not a bad, a little fill-in role, and now running the place. Well, good on you.
That's right.
Obviously, a ton of respect from the community and all that you do, Avita. You had big shoes to fill with Gerry Lafferty. And Gerry, I'm going to bring you in here. First of all, a huge congratulations on your well-deserved retirement.
Thank you very much.
I'm sure it must have been emotional. You have paid your dues. You have just taken this center to a whole new level, and you're leaving it in good hands with Avita. So let's go back to the beginning. What led you to get involved with New Hope Senior Center, Gerry?
Well, I was running St. Michael's Mission, which is a downtown center for homeless people, and I did that for almost 18 years, and it was time for a change. And one Saturday, I was looking in the Gazette, and I saw an ad for New Hope. And I said, what the heck? I applied, and I went through a couple of interviews, and I got the job.
How about that? I got it, and you didn't, and you took it. 18 years later, and here we are today, and
Incredible.
You know, it really is incredible, Gerry. We've worked in the past together, and you've helped out hundreds, if not thousands and thousands of citizens in NDG and surrounding areas, and such a wonderful program, including Meals on Wheels. Now, Avita, you mentioned Meals on Wheels. Can you tell us a little bit more about that program?
Sure. So we deliver meals to people's doors on Tuesdays and Thursdays during lunch. We deliver about 350 meals per week in the NDG, Côte St. Luc, and Hampstead area of Montreal. All of our meals are $7.50 for three courses. They're homemade. We have an amazing chef who prepares them for us. And then in the summertime, we use the excess produce we get from our partner garden, which is located at the Loyola campus called Mine Heart Mouth. We use that produce in our Meals on Wheels. It's quite easy to refer somebody. The requirement to enroll is that you must be 55 plus and have suffered some loss of autonomy. And we have an online referral system. So if you go to our website, newhopendg.com, you'll be able to just fill out the form, and then someone will call you back to see if you're a good fit.
Such an incredible program, so deserving for so many people, and we're going to get that website out again at the end of the interview here. Listening to Life Unrehearsed, Matt Del Vecchio, and I'm talking with Gerry Lafferty and Evita Karasek from New Hope Senior Citizen Center. Now, Gerry, Meals on Wheels is just one part of it. What other services are provided by New Hope?
Oh, there's exercise classes, art classes. We've had computer classes to help seniors use cell phones so they can talk to their grandchildren who live far away. We have yoga out in the park. There's so much. But it all comes down to the meal services. The lunches bring seniors in for the activities. If they can't come in, like Evita mentioned, there's the Meals on Wheels. To think back, Matt, 18 years ago when I started, Evita mentioned that New Hope's providing 350 meals per week. Well, when I first started in 2006, we were doing under 30 meals a week. So the growth has been exponential, Exponential is right, 10 times more than when you first started. It goes to the show. In one way, the success of the New Hope Senior Center. In another way, it's the increasing needs of seniors. And, we've got a growing population. My mom grew up in Benny Farm in NDG with her 8 other siblings, and where our roots are in NDG. Yeah. And but you see it, both of you see it firsthand. And how would you describe, Evita, the increasing needs of seniors from your perspective?
Well, definitely the cost of living inflation has been very difficult for people on a fixed budget. Housing, another place where, rents are going up. It's difficult for people. And the other thing that I've seen recently that's really quite upsetting to us in the community is accessing services. The CS has centralized now, which has really changed the relationship that community organizations have with the CS and the services that they provide the community. So it's very difficult for us to refer older adults to the social service system. We don't have a connection anymore. And I really think that's really problematic for isolated people in need.
And Evita, you bring up a very good point, because it's not just happening in NDG, right? It's happening all across the province, and it's particularly the island of Montreal. And in a way, thank goodness for New Hope Senior Citizen Center, because resources at the public healthcare level are just stretched to the max, and you just can't get them as you do. And you're there to help the citizens. Gerry, we have to wrap it up. However, you've had a great 18-year career. If you had to pick one or two moments that stood out, what would they be?
Quite surprisingly, about 4 or 5 years ago, the past MNA, Kathleen Weil, presented me with the Quebec National Assembly Medal of Honor, which was so cool. My family knew that I was getting this, and I didn't. And we were having just a regular Christmas party for our volunteers, and all of a sudden I'm getting this beautiful medal. So little old Gerry Lafferty has his name up somewhere in the National Assembly.
Wow. So well deserved, Gerry. Really, congratulations on your retirement and taking New Hope Senior Center to a whole new level. And Evita, wishing you best of luck on taking it to the next level.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate it.
Before we forget, how can our listeners find out a little bit more about New Hope Senior Citizen Center?
Well, you can go online to our website, which is newhopendg.com. We're hosting a harvest supper fundraiser in 2 weeks on the 20th. So if you would like to support an older adult in need, you could buy a ticket. That would be amazing. And also, you can always reach us by telephone, 514-484-0425.
Right.
Thank you so much for having us.
Well, thank you both very, very much.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Gerry Lafferty, Evita Karasek from New Hope Seniors Center in NDG. Parents, listen up. If you think you may have a child with ADHD, well, we have a prominent doctor coming up on the show to tell us about some of the key signs of ADHD and what could be done to support a child with this disorder.